Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, October 30th, and I'm your host, Krista McDonald. We are going to begin our newscast with an update on the COVID numbers here in Norwood. Attending the Tuesday night Selectmen's meeting, Town Moderator David Hearn participated in discussions about the upcoming annual town meeting and how to proceed as Norwood has entered the red. The Town Moderator explained what some other communities have done.
I can speak somewhat anecdotally in that the gavel line, which is the discussion board for members of the Mass Moderators Association, and I'm not going to be able to be exact on this because I was looking at it last spring and in June when we did it. Some of the towns did reduce it. Some of the towns have very different quorum requirements. We require a majority, and other towns have 0 in some cases, or 10 people. So it's difficult to say that there's one set of numbers that will work.
Hearn recommended, and the Selectmen discussed, a number for a quorum reduction when town meeting meets in person to discuss budget articles, but meet remotely for articles that may require more discussion before a vote.
Based on what we have found in our research, talking to council, talking to others, the suggestion that we ought to have a hybrid meeting where we have some people going remote and some people in person, that's just not going to work. And so we can't do that. It isn't clear that it's legal, and we really don't want to do anything that there's doubt about whether it's legal, because if we take votes and then it's challenged or it's nullified, we've wasted everybody's time and we've lost time. On the other hand, there is a real concern that the 3-article meeting really needs to be done so that we can, this board can set the tax rate, the assessors will have the information, the Department of Revenue will have the information, and we can go forward on that. So what Mr. Plasko and I had been talking about is that we go forward with the 3-article meeting, which, as it happens, is the second of the 2, the way the scheduling went. We might have outsmarted ourselves on that one.
That's all right, we can handle it.
We did that to avoid the leapfrog we often have when we have 2 meetings scheduled at the same time. But we have that because we've got to get that done and do that in person. And once the selectmen call a meeting in person, as you did, that's the only way you can do it. You can't convert it, nor can you cancel it.
Tuesday afternoon, the Norwood Fire Department responded to a working fire call at the Norwood Commerce Center on Endicott Street. Crews were on scene quickly and were able to extinguish the fire. After the fire was extinguished, the Norwood Commerce Center was ordered closed after fire department investigators discovered dozens of code and life safety violations. For more on this, we go to Brian Boudreau.
Tuesday afternoon, just behind me, Norwood Fire Department received a call of smoke conditions. They later put out this statement. On Tuesday afternoon, just around 12 o'clock, Norwood Fire Dispatch received a Central Station fire alarm at 61 Endicott Street. While crews were responding, dispatcher Colleen de Blasi received a 911 call from a tenant reporting a smoke condition in the building. By questioning the caller, dispatcher de Blasi was able to help locate an area in the large commercial building where the fire could be. Captain Bent then arrived on scene and was advised of a possible location by dispatch. As Captain Bent headed towards the reports, NA2 and NA1 were also added to the assignment. Upon arriving on the 2nd floor, Captain Bent encountered a heavy smoke condition there and as well on the 3rd floor. He then ordered a working fire assignment, bringing a Walpole engine to the fire and a Westwood engine to provide station coverage. The latter company started the primary search and was able to locate the seat of the fire and direct engine companies towards it. Engines 4 and 5 found the fire being held in the room of origin by an activated sprinkler system and finished extinguishing with a handheld line. The fire was quickly brought under control, but crews were on scene an additional 2 hours conducting overhaul and salvage operations. There were no injuries to any civilians or firefighters. Norwood fire investigators are currently working to determine a cause. After crews cleared, the Norwood Commerce Center was declared closed after fire investigators discovered numerous life safety and fire violations. The town of Norwood released the following statement on Wednesday. Because of the amount of clutter in the building and the way the building had been altered without proper permitting, firefighters initially had a difficult time reaching the fire with their hose lines. Firefighters had to use additional hose lines totaling about 350 feet in length in order to reach the fire and extinguish it. Seeing the condition of the building and noticing numerous fire and life safety violations, the Norwood Building Commissioner was called to the scene to review the property. Both Chief Maurice and Building Commissioner Walsh determined the building needed to be closed until numerous violations were fixed. The violations found inside the building included fire, building, electrical, health, plumbing, and zoning violations. The building inspector found an auto body shop that was operating out of the basement with several motor vehicles, boats, and motorcycles inside. The ceiling of the shop is not fire rated and flammable materials were stored inside. A 25-seat theater on the second floor of the building without proper life safety or health requirements met. Several businesses apparently selling food and alcohol without proper licensure or permits. Several building projects that were not permitted by the town that did not meet code or safety standards. Several illegal bathrooms with inadequate plumbing and ventilation. Fire code violations were as follows: obstructed egress, no pull stations, no emergency lighting, fire load in excess of sprinkler capacity, unrated stairwells, improper compartmentalization, improper fuel storage, inadequate or broken water supply, unmarked sprinkler systems, unrated egress, propped open doors, dead-end corridors. Norwood Community Media will continue to follow this story. Kristen, back to you.
Stay tuned after this break for more town news. Welcome back. With the holidays right around the corner, COVID is making it challenging to celebrate in the ways most people are used to. Carrie McCarthy, director of the Senior Center, is not letting anything stop her when it comes to helping out the seniors of Norwood for this Thanksgiving.
Hi everybody, it's Carrie McCarthy from the Norwood Senior Center. I'm here today to just give you a few updates. The first thing I want to let you know is we are still running programs here at the Senior Center. We continue to have our exercise classes, but you must sign up for them. The weather is shifting, so I'm not sure how many more days we're going to get out in our parking lot park, but the tables are still out there for your use if you want to come meet some friends and have some socialization. I want to give you an update on Thanksgiving. We obviously are not having our Thanksgiving dinner here, and Lombardo's for the past 49 years has welcomed seniors to their business in Randolph for Thanksgiving dinner. This year, instead of you going to Lombardo's, Lombardo's is going to come to us. They're going to bring the meals here and we're going to distribute them throughout the community. If you are not going out this year, if you're not going to a family member's home, please give us a call at the Senior Center. Ask for Nancy Kelleher and Nancy will take your order and we will make sure it gets delivered to you on Thanksgiving Day. Sign-ups must be by November 13th, however, so we can give our final count to Lombardo's. So we are very, very, very appreciative to Lombardo's for their generous donation. Another update I want to give you is to let you know that the Registry of Motor Vehicles is now having senior hours to renew your license. If you need to renew your license during the month of October, November, December, the registry is having appointments that you can schedule online on Wednesdays. If you need help scheduling your appointment, please don't hesitate to give me a call and I will help you do so. We look forward to seeing you again. In the meantime, if there's anything you need, please don't hesitate to give us a call. Take care and stay well.
Charlotte Walsh, president of the Friends of Norwood Center, is happy to announce that small businesses can apply for some relief thanks to a $50 million grant provided by the state. Here are the details.
What is important to know is that there's $50 million out there in Massachusetts just for small businesses who need relief this time of year. So it's an application, and the application window is only open for 3 weeks, and it opened on October 22nd. and it will close on November 12th. The grant application is broken into two different categories. One is for businesses that are less than 5 employees, and the other is for businesses that are fewer than 50 employees. So we've posted the grant application on our Facebook site, which is Friends of Norwood Center. We also know that the town of Norwood is also getting the word out, so you can find it on the town site. The application process is not difficult, but you do have to collect some tax returns, forms, and pieces of paper, so that might take a little while. I would urge everyone to look into it. If you have a small business here in Norwood and you meet the criteria, and if you get overwhelmed with the application process, please reach out to us and we can put you in touch with Small Business Strong to help you with the process. And you can reach us by email at norwoodcenter@gmail, or you can reach us through our Facebook page by just sending us a Facebook message, and we'll be here to help you. So the money is there. Lots of us qualify for it. So I would urge everyone to go to our Facebook site, click on the link, and apply for this grant money. A grant is nothing that you have to pay back. So it's money that's there to help you get through this pandemic. So I would urge everyone to check it out.
And now we're going to toss it over to Juliana O'Neill with school news.
Hi guys, I'm Juliana O'Neill, and let's take a look at some activities happening in our Norwood schools this week. At the Oldham School, teachers collaborate daily to ensure that the students are getting a high-quality and fluid education in both the in-person and remote settings. In this picture, Gina Stevens, first grade teacher, is collaborating with reading teacher Lauren Lynn, and here, fifth grade teacher Mara Brown is collaborating with Steve Perry and Scott Maffey. Also, the Oldham rolled out their school-wide expectations this month, and the students are already trotting to success. Posters have been hung around the school and have given to all the families. Each grade level is creating a bulletin board for each of our expectations for this special kickoff month. And finally, special thanks to the Oldham PTO, who generously donated recess bags for each individual classroom to help the students have safe fun during recess. At the Coakley Middle School, several students have had their artwork showcased in Dr. Frizik's weekly Mustang Minute. These students clearly are very talented and put excellent effort on these projects. We will continue to showcase student work on future newscasts. Also at CMS, 6th grade STEM students are working on the project Lead the Way Orthosis Foot Design Challenge. The goal is to design and build a foot brace. Project Lead the Way is a nonprofit that provides curriculum that creates a hands-on classroom environment. At the Willett School, they celebrated Halloween with Crazy Hair and Hat Day. The boys, girls, and all of the teachers appreciated the opportunity to have some fun by finding a funny hat or dyeing their hair a different color. One of the teachers went outdoors with our students to find all of the letters in Happy Halloween hidden around the school grounds. The children carried clipboards and filled in each letter once they found it. It certainly has been a pretty fall with nice leaf colors highlighting the beautiful and productive flower and vegetable garden from this past summer. At Norwood High School, the Friendship Club held a social distancing Halloween costume party. Students had the opportunity to hang out with their friends, listen to music, and have some candy and fun. It's great that the high school can continue to have some after-school activities for the students to be involved with. This week, the Prescott School opened its doors, figuratively of course, to their greater school community and hosted the first ever virtual Meet the Teacher night to share the exciting things planned for this school year with our hybrid students. Each grade level team developed a well-organized Google slideshow and shared expectations for the year, including how to best navigate the various technology resources that students are using. In 1st and 2nd grade, teachers demonstrated Seesaw, a tool to view work, send messages to teachers, and receive assignments. In the upper grades, families learned about Jamboard, Google Classroom, and the ELA and math platform Savvis. Each session was provided multiple times so families could attend when it was best for them. Parents shared in the staff's enthusiasm for the year, and the Prescott is thankful for the partnership to ensure that every child has a fantastic school year. Last year, the Callahan School said goodbye to retiring longtime physical education teacher Mr. Conti. The school welcomes their new PE teacher, Mr. Maroney. He is working with the elementary PE team to create and implement socially distancing games and activities for all students to enjoy. Students and staff are getting used to wearing masks throughout the day. They are given periodic mask breaks, and as you can see here, these creative second graders used the time to play a game of rock, paper, scissors. It's official! After a year-long fundraising effort and months of waiting, the Callahan School now has a play structure. Parents came together to spread the mulch and got a welcome surprise as students in 3rd, 4th, and 5th took time out of recess to assist in the process. It was all hands on deck to move a 12-foot pile of mulch, but as the saying goes, many hands make light work. Thank you to all who made it happen. And speaking of playgrounds, there is some excitement brewing this week at Little Mustangs Preschool. After 2 years of fundraising for a playground structure, the groundwork has literally been laid out this week. The students and staff cannot wait to see the new structure being installed and look forward to having an outside space to allow some gross motor development. This project would not be possible without the collaboration of the Willett and Little Mustangs Preschool's amazing PTO and Paul Riccardi and his buildings and ground staff. The staff at the LMPA would like to give a special thank you to Lindsay Haar and Mandy Hampton for making this project a priority this fall. What is black and orange and full of chocolate chip cookies? A Cleveland school Halloween. Students rocked their Halloween colors as they participated in the grade level scavenger hunts, hunting for treats. Students had fun outside and worked together looking for their bingo clues. The playground was scattered for treats and didn't take long for students to pick up their clues. First graders took a break from the scavenger hunt to dance to the Halloween favorite. Let's check it out. Lots of fun happening at the Cleveland, and it looks like the staff had as much fun celebrating Halloween as the students. The Balch Elementary School PTO purchased and installed a new playground with awesome swings and a spinning wheel. The students are loving it, and so are lots of people from the community. The 3rd graders were noticed that each day there seems to be lots of trash in and around the playground area. Mrs. Ferreira handed out gloves to a few kids one day, and they picked up trash. The next day, students brought in their gloves from home, bags from home, and they had a cleaning crew ready to go. This crew of volunteers will meet on Fridays with Mrs. Ferreira to clean up the schoolyard. What a great way to learn about community service. Nice job. Also at the Balch, at his morning door duty, the new music teacher, Elias Condakes, greets the students by singing along with his ukulele. Let's take a listen. What a fun and positive way to start the day. Well, that's it for the school news. There is something interesting happening in our classrooms and schools every day, and thanks to all the educators who share their news with us. Now let's go to Brian Dunn for the latest sports news.
Hello everybody, and welcome into the sports update for this week. My name is Brian Dunn, and as we have been doing the past couple weeks, we have all the highlights from the week that was against the Dedham Marauders. We got a 4-goal performance and Morales Cup action all right here, so enjoy all the scoring plays last weekend of Norwood versus Dedham right now.
Here's Yuri Nevis working in the middle of the field against, it looks like 18, 14, and 20, taking on 3 guys for Dedham. Ooh, now a ball that gets through, and here coming out of the goal is Zach Gorin, number 21 for Dedham, goes down. As the Dedham Marauders, with some good speed and some good through balls, able to take this one in a combined shutout.
Yeah, he's just a really tough kid.
Yeah. He's got some nice size
physical,
back there for that back line too, yeah.
Same with his brother.
Yep. Hey! Well struck!
Go!
Outstanding!
All right. On cue, too.
That's right.
Right as you say his name. Conrad Schletzbaum.
Well, here's the assist from Femin. So see, there's the assist to the assist.
Ooh, that's a great ball.
That's going to ball through it. And it did! It's exactly. Oh, outstanding. We talked about kind of like assist to the assist.
Look at, and he's taking it so humbly.
Yep.
Carl Schletzbaum.
But give all the credit there to the Mustangs on this 2-1 win.
It's not quite organized enough. And 3 of the nice.
Oh, outstanding. Outstanding. Boy.
Isn't that speed? Oh, she's going to find a thing out wide. No, she's just going to use her to shield, get that shot off.
That's not bad. That's some nice. Yeah, and you can see the Norwood defender there trying to. I'm sorry, the Dedham defender was trying to get folks to slow things down. But I know Samantha, had told her mom that today was going to be the day, but you come up just short on this one. But again, as we've been watching these games progress through the course of the year, I think it's just been exciting to watch the way that they've all played together. And CC can just. Yep. Oh. I think she's off. No, it's not.
I thought she was off.
Oh, outstanding. No.
Yeah, that's a goal.
Oh, terrific job. I wasn't quite sure. Yeah, I think one of the Dedham players, she's got the arm up, hoping to forget the call. So anyway, but the Mustangs here come up just short, 2-1 to Dedham. You know, so 2 games they played this squad, and both are decided by a goal. The second game of the home and home. Mustangs were over at Dedham yesterday. Here's Curran all the way through.
Oh,
she's able to bury it.
Goal, very nice.
Outstanding. And early on, the Mustangs take the 1-0 lead. Coming into the box, slams on the brakes.
Maddie Berry coming in.
Yep.
Good. Maggie.
Oh, that ball in, and Curran's able to.
Wow.
Yeah, Curran's able to bury her second one.
Nice.
A great run there.
Dix found their way into the. Forward to
Curran. Oh, wow.
That's the hat trick.
Oh, fantastic. What a terrific setup there. Just one times it.
How it's hard to run full speed when you're bent half over, I think.
Curran looking at the fourth one, and she's able to do so.
Oh, my goodness. I think we may
wow.
have the TVL player of the week right now.
Outstanding as
4
Curran
goals.
gets her 4th goal. Oops. Oh, it's a nice look across.
Yeah, and they've got numbers.
Now, if she could send that up, she could send that up. And she's able to.
So that's Mary Lee coming alone in the box. She's got
help.
Maddie Berry trailing with her.
And is able to put it in.
Oh, that's tough for Dedham after all that pressure.
Said they come roaring back to get within 1. And Norwood will take the win, certainly. But, you know, you want to make sure that when you've got a team, you know, down as you were, you want to make sure you can kind of put them away.
It's Caroline Gallagher played for the varsity soccer team. Or they could be.
Oh, I think it's going to roll through. It did. Wow. Oh. Forrest trying to go right between them. She's able to do so. Oh, wow. And she just fires it home. Outstanding. Great job early on. Exactly kind of the start you're looking for. Olivia Naughton and Carolyn Forrest get the 2 goals for the Mustangs. And just a great way to end a fantastic day of sports up here at the high school.
Finally, in the last home meet of the season, the boys and girls cross-country teams took to the Coakley Middle School course one last time against Dedham, and the Mustangs are in a split. The girls lose by a narrow margin, and the boys pick up their first win of the season. We caught up with Coach Matt Curran to get the recap of the meet.
So it was great. I mean, having the senior week, having Dedham for senior day, you know, where it's one of the older rivalries in the state, let alone the league. You know, it outdates those. It was great to face Dedham that day. And the high point of the meet, we ran great as a team. You know, our times were decent. We're picked up where we were left off last year, just with the unique training. But in terms of running as a team, running as packs, that really was the difference. We took 10 out of 11 top spots going up against Dedham. For I think the score was 45-18, or 45-18, us in favor of us. And it was really just the fact that we ran well together to displace Dedham and break them up to go for the win. The girls, it was a tough competitive meet for the girls, you know, across the board. Olivia did her thing, and then everybody else, the girls just had some tough races, and they ended up losing a close one, which was unfortunate. You know, to get that far and so close on senior day, where the girls are such a senior-heavy team. It was nice to see them pull it off against Dedham, but it wasn't in the cards, but they still ran well.
And a very important announcement regarding this weekend. All games against Medfield have been postponed. There will be no live coverage this weekend. Next weekend's matchups versus Westwood will go on as scheduled, and the games against Medfield will now be played on Veterans Day, November 11th, and the following weekend. NCM still plans to cover these games live. They'll just have to wait a few weeks. And that's going to do it for me. As always, stay tuned to NCM for all of our live coverage throughout the Fall 1 season and for any changes in the schedule. I'll see you next week. Kristen, back to you.
Thanks, Brian. In government, the Finance Commission met Monday evening as the first government meeting of the week. All of the agenda items concern the upcoming special town meeting warrant. The Finance Commission went article by article and reviewed the financial decisions that will be deliberated at the special town meeting in November. These include the capital outlay projects that entail design improvements to the Meadowbrook Channel and the Neponset Street Access Road traffic study. The motion to approve the sum of $7,300,000 was passed by a 3-2 vote. The Finance Commission will meet again shortly before town meeting commences. The Board of Selectmen met in the Public Safety Community Room Tuesday night. The board met with several applicants looking to join the Zoning Board of Appeals as alternate members. Molly Ahern and Emily Chambers of the town's financial team presented an ambulance study report. The report highlighted that Norwood is currently losing money on the service and will need to increase fees.
Here are some of the key numbers that we came to through our research. There are roughly 2,600 ambulance transports per year in Norwood. Looking at the average billing rates of other comparable towns, we found that the average rate for a BLS transport is about $1,300, and the average rate for an ALS transport is just under $2,000. Looking at the rates that Norwood charges, you'll see that they are drastically lower. Our average BLS rate is $1,200, and our average ALS rate is just about $1,400. The results of this study show that the town's rates are too low and that the ambulance service has been operating at a loss. Based on these findings, rates should be increased and reviewed annually. We do need to take action right away. A fee increase is critical. We can reverse the losses of the past 5 years, but it will take time, roughly 7 years. The good news is that the proposed rate change will stem our losses right away, and the increased revenue will benefit the town of Norwood as a whole and not just the fire department. Roughly $275,000 of revenue was lost in 2019. The proposed rate increase that was suggested by Pro EMS is $464,000 annually. At that rate, it will take roughly 7 years to reverse our losses.
The Board of Selectmen will meet again on November 10th. The Trails Advisory Committee also met Tuesday night. It was a packed agenda that included trail reports and cleanup news for an upcoming event at Shattuck Park and Saint Street areas. Joe Greeley gave an update on the Community Preservation Fund projects, and the committee ended with their usual members' minute. The Trails Advisory Committee will meet again in a few weeks. Wednesday and Thursday night, General Manager Tony Mazzucco hosted 2 virtual town meeting information sessions. These virtual presentations were designed to give more insight and clarity on the items on the special town meeting warrant in November. General Manager Mazzucco split the warrant into 2 separate meetings and fielded questions from town meeting members. If you missed any of these presentations or want to watch them again, and for complete government coverage, tune into the NCM Government channel or watch it on demand at norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Stay tuned after this break for more town news. Welcome back. This past Saturday, the Trails Committee hosted a socially distanced Halloween costume walk at Endine Park. They invited the community to attend and enjoy the fun. NCM was able to join the fun and see all the unique costumes.
Good afternoon. We have a costume-themed walk sponsored by the Norwood Trails Committee along with Progress Norwood. It's a show and go with your family unit. And we've got about 10-15 family units out right now on our walk. There are a number of placards that are posted up on trees that the family costume kids can identify as they go through as a scavenger hunt, and we've given them stickers that they can put on their page. Around the pool there's a story walk. If you're interested in following that story walk, there's 20 pages from a child's Halloween-themed story. Our community-oriented events that help with families and young aged individuals to come and enjoy the outdoors and get to know the resources in our town, and just to be able to have an opportunity to experience nature in a very close, relatively close to your home, so you know, you can enjoy it without actually driving to Wachusett or Monadnock or down the Cape or anywhere far away.
Earlier this month, another great annual tradition was forced to make big changes due to COVID. Fantasy Footsteps, a program run by the Backstage Boosters, is a Halloween event performed by the public school students for the younger kids in town.
Fantasy Footsteps is a Halloween event that is geared towards the younger children. It is something that is not scary. It is performed by children in grades 4 and up. They perform fairy tale scenes that have been rewritten by our director, Dean Kaluzdian. Most often, it is done at the Savage Center inside. You are given a tour guide, and you go around the hallways, and you see each scene as the children perform it. As you know, with COVID-19, things needed to change. So this year, the casting and the rehearsals were all done virtually. Dean was able to rehearse the students over the internet, over Zoom calls. We then had the children come to the Oldham School, where we filmed each scene individually and socially distanced. Dean then took the film and edited it and put it together in a movie format. Then what we did is we offered the performance to the public outside at the Cleveland School. We put circles that were 10 feet in diameter and 10 feet apart. People were asked to come and sit on the ground with a blanket, like picnic style. However, no food or drink was allowed, as we asked people to keep their face coverings on at all times. The movies were presented on 2 different screens, and everyone had a wonderful, wonderful time.
The Norwood Recreation Department held their annual Trunk or Treat this past Saturday at the Skating Club of Boston. The Recreation Department had 220 cars come through the Trunk or Treat line. They would like to thank all the trunks who volunteered their time, community members for donating all the candy for the goodie bags, the Skating Club of Boston for donating their parking lot as they needed a bigger one for the drive-thru, and a special thanks to their DJ, Chris Abate, for being an incredible DJ. The Recreation Department was able to donate $1,200 to the food pantry, as well as 4 carfuls of food donations. Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend. Happy Halloween.